Ke a leboga modulasetulo. Like your night day. Firstly, let's do this. Minister, the whole reason why you have a selection and evaluation panel, the nomination task team, is because the King Ivy report on cooperative governance at 2016 advises that it must be there. And at the heart of why that should be the case is so that there can be transparency in the work of government. You don't need to pay me for me to be known or held accountable for decisions that have to do with the governing or the governance of the Republic of South Africa. So it is all fair and great for you to say because you're not paying these people, you're not going to tell us who they are. But the bottom line is you are being paid. And the decisions that you make on a salary, on the lives of the people of South Africa, and a salary, here we patalanki the people of the Republic of South Africa, those decisions must be transparently held accountable. So it is, for me, an act of shame that you hold the arrogance to tell us that it is none of our business who those people who advise you are. It is our business as the people of this committee, and it is the business of the people of South Africa to know who gets to vet, who gets to govern 19 billion rands of the country's coffers. And if you are still going to maintain, I'll wait for you to talk and then listen to me. Thank you, Minister. And if you're still going to maintain, Minister, that you are not going to tell the people of South Africa who your people are, your people who you clearly, for me, here's my hunch, and I don't have my bones out. I'm not in my ndomba, but here's my hunch, right? The reason why you don't want to tell us on record who the team was, who the selection committee was, is because you know if you tell us the names, it will be very easy for us to close on the dots on who those people are and why they were sent there. Because had there not been those people, then there is no way that out of 573 applicants, the best bets would have been Nomusa Ngubi. There's no way you would have gotten Utembi Ngosi Josopo. There's no way you would have gotten Zakeleb Teles. There's no way you would have gotten Ukonde, Kababu, Katatumantash. There's no way you would have gotten Upeteles Tole there. There's no way you would have had Uloyiso Masuku there. There's no way you would have had Ubuyambo Mantashe, Kumersita, agriculturist, Tumtata, engineering, and manufacturing. There is no way you would have had Usiandam Kati there. There's absolutely no way Elizabeth Tobajani would have been immersed in the system. And there's no way you would have had Ntatema Buyakulu there. Certainly no way Boni Sombele would have emerged. No way Tulani Tifuta would have been there. And Mama Amanda Mapena would have also not been there. These are just a few of the rest of the people there. The reason why you configured the list of the panel the way you configured it is so that there's a tailored outcome of these ANC cadres who are already beneficiaries of the system of government. Some are district municipality CFOs there. And it's a shame altogether. So when I say ngaki iteng, and leadership that is graceful would say, Diakolisa guys, denziputa. I didn't think I would be caught in this mess. But I have been caught and I realized bana di wrong or so I won't do it again. Instead of maintaining to say there's nothing wrong with these people, because your argument, mind you, is the same as saying, Brian Molefe, as qualified as he is, on the basis of his qualifications, we forget about corruption and thuggery because he's qualified. Your argument says it's good for you to have qualifications. You can be a thug as long as you have qualifications. You can be corrupt and be used to manipulate and politicize the system to the detriment of the people of South Africa as long as you have an NQF level 8. That argument doesn't work. Meluat, hi. Congratulations on your appointment. So you were inducted on the 6th of May. And then on the 8th, your body received an advisory notice on these appointments. Am I correct? Is this the tally that I have? Is the dates correct? You were the 6th of May, you were inducted. And then on the 8th of May, the advisory notice came out. Is that correct?
Hold on. Let me pause the time.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. I did not want to interrupt Honorable Khakhau. She makes, let me say an example, and a claim on top of that of a very qualified master's, a recent graduate of a master's just yesterday. Yesterday, no? Yeah, and she says that he's a thug and he's a member of parliament, maybe not a member of this committee. So I would appreciate the situation where she focuses on her argument as it pertains to the topic and withdraws that particular statement. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the Honorable Khakhau, I think let's try and avoid, you know, in a full plenary, they say that you are casting aspersions on a member on something that has not been proven. And therefore, please avoid and withdraw that one. Look, I've allowed you with others because they're not members of parliament. And I'm sure in their own right, they will also disagree. It's a point of debate. I saw Honorable Lowe was raising the hand. I'm sure he also wants to raise the issue. So I don't want us to debate the meetings, yes.
Thank you. I withdraw that Ndate Brian Molefe is not proven to be corrupt, is not proven to be a thug, is not proven to have siphoned state coffers. I withdraw that. Meluwaka? But I...
You see, now it's going to be a problem because we're going to start debating Stenezen.
Yeah, you are...
Right? Then it's going to be a problem because we are also very educated as well. We're not going to go that route.
Yeah,
so please, she withdraw unconditionally?
You are...
Please, Chairperson.
Yesterday, I had a meeting with the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and she said to me, if somebody opens the mic before you recognize them, you must warn them. So I'm warning you because I was noting, I had noted Honorable Lowe, I'll note Tatengubane and Karabo, and I hope we're moving towards where we'll allow Honorable Khakhau to move. Honorable Lowe.
Thanks, Chair. It is quite important that we are too much consistent with regard to how we want to address issues. We've been labeled as ANC members who are corrupt, and I'm an ANC member in good standing, and I'm a leader of the ANC, and I'm deployed by the ANC. So there should be consistency as to how we want to approach this point of orders, because we've been taking it as it is. So we shouldn't be selective as to how things have been done, because we can argue the whole day that we are not corrupt, some of us, but we've been told that we are corrupt. We appointed this as ANC members. I'm an ANC member in good standing, and I can be able to defend myself because I'm not corrupt. Thanks.
Yeah, the rules also say that if the rules, Honorable Law says, if the reference is not made to the name of a person, you must not take offense. I think even yesterday, there was a ruling in National Assembly where the EFF was querying that a member was casting aspersions on the EFF as a political party. The Deputy Speaker clarified that we don't have, but the rules does say if it's a shade thrown at the party, it's not to an individual, and we can't sustain an order on such, or you can't call an order when a shade is thrown at the political party, not an individual. Honorable Ngubane.
No, thank you very much, Chair. I think you've clarified what I want to clarify. In the reference of a name, it's wrong, Chair. So that needs to be specific. Because when they say ANC comrades are corrupt, we just blanket it because we see empty stadium being made. So it's community and people who are saying that. But when there is a reference, then it becomes a problem. That's why, Chair, we are requesting, Chair, Honorable Brian Molefe received his PhD last week. He graduated from PhD in law. So we request a respect and a withdrawal of what it has been referenced to him. He's a highly educated individual in MK Party.
No, thanks. He did not get it from Fortes RPL. No, I'm joking. Honorable Karabo.
No, Chairperson, I just wanted to emphasize what you had raised earlier on in terms of what the rule says and plead with the honorable member, be clear in terms of withdrawal, because it's inconsistent with the law. It's unlike we are saying that MKP is a corrupt organization, or unlike saying that Zuma is corrupt. It's two different things. That one is very clear. We are all being accused of corrupt here up until we prove ourselves before the court of law. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Honorable Lonzi.
Withdraw. I withdraw. Can I move on?
Hold on, Honorable Lonzi.
No, Chairman, I want to plead with the members that the culprits department, can we focus all our energies on the minister and a team so that we don't get dragged in the sideshows. We want to get to the bottom of this thing of sitters. So all the missiles, can they be thrown on the other side of the room? Please, thanks, Chair.
Yeah, Honorable Lonzi has promised to buy us ice cream today. So, to buy Honorable
ice cream.
Yeah, so please withdraw unconditionally.
I withdraw, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Let's continue.
Meluat, answer, please.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member, and through you, Chairperson. In response to that question, the authority would have received a letter dated 4 May from the Minister requesting a consultation with the authority regarding the appointment of the chairpersons of the accounting authorities. The induction took place on the 6th of May. The advisory note that was sent would have been sent on the 9th of May, 2025.
Okay.
Thank you.
So then, how much time did you take as the NSA to consider the names?
Thank you, Honourable Member. So the authority would have convened a special authority meeting wherein the Minister...
I'm going to pause you. Nakoyak Meluat, how much time did you take? Don't take me what happened at breakfast and then at lunch.
Okay.
How much time did you have to consider?
The Minister would have presented in the special authority meeting wherein she would have consulted with the authority on the appointment. So in terms of the timelines, the authority would have received the presentation from the Minister. Thereafter, a decision was taken or a resolution was taken from the special authority meeting.
Sana mhlambe ndikubuza ngesiXhosa kile mosotho ndizazama ndingasazi ngoba ndiphenduli. Ixesha lithatha ixesha lingaki noconsideration. So minister unike presentation nini nasebenza phezu kwayo nini?
The Minister would have presented in the special authority meeting. So the authority would have deliberated in that meeting.
So you arrived, you got the same day you got the presentation in the meeting, you dealt with it and you moved on. That's what you're saying?
That is correct, Honourable Member.
Okay. In that meeting, was there anybody, including yourself, that had a problem with the composition of the appointments?
So in the meeting, Honourable Member, we expressed our appreciation for the Minister in consulting the authority as per the legislation. In terms of the process, the authority members would have equally commended the process that was followed insofar as the appointments of the chairpersons. There were issues that were raised, and I think this was further emphasized by the Minister, in terms of demographics. The authority felt that the recommendations were quite short on issues of demographics, young people, geographic representation, and by and large, at face value, that disjuncture or seemingly disjuncture between the experience vis-a-vis the sector in which those appointments would have been made. So those were ventilated, and the advice from the authority would have been that in future, that the ministry would need to look at these particular aspects that were raised and ensure that going forward, that those matters are resolved.
So you gave all of this to the minister and you listed that, right? But you said in future. So you said you're listing that, one, there's a problem with suitability, as some of the case in some of the appointments. There's a problem on where the people come from and who the people are, as far as demographic composition is concerned. But even though those are serious problems, we're giving you a thumbs up, continue and appoint these people.
Thank you, remember. So the issue around the suitability was at face value, but the matter was clear.
Order. Yes or no, please. Because I gave you, like, it's a very simple answer. So you still gave a unanimous support of the list. Even though you raised issues, we heard what your issues are. But after those things, your opinion to the minister was still that the list is great, let's have it. Was that the absolute majority consensus of the authority?
The authority would have found that the process that was followed was a correct process, and the authority would have approved or given the thumbs up to the minister.
The report that the minister then gave to the authority on the composition of her desired list of candidates to fill positions, did it include who the panel was and what the panel recommendations are?
Can I get clarity, Honourable Member? Are you...
So obviously, so the minister's submission to you is based on the panel that shortlists and says this is the recommendation of who we think you should go. Were you privy to this composition of that panel? You're not. So you are saying now to the people of the Republic of South Africa, as the head of the NSA, you do not know who the panel that worked on the preliminary work of deciding who the candidates for appointment of SETAs, which you are responsible for scrutinizing, are. You don't know those people. You just took what the minister told you and you knew nothing else.
The responsibility of the authority would be to ensure that due processes were followed, and that at the level of governance, that insofar as the process was commensurate with the legislation, we were satisfied that that particular process did indeed take place.
Thank you for not responding to my question. Ntate Dlamini, Kapuki Ntate Ngubane, what is your job?
I'm Chief Director, SETA Coordination, responsible for SETA performance and governance.
What does that mean in this process? The process of the appointments, how do you fit into the picture?
I run the process administratively. I also have the responsibility to provide technical advice in the process.
So meaning the setups of the meetings, the screening processes, all of those things, that administrative function is yours?
No.
What do you mean then you run? What do you mean? Explain. That in this process you feature with technical support and administrative support. What does that look like?
I will make an example. The gazette, when a gazette needs to be issued, minister cannot prepare a gazette.
So you are nowhere in the middle of the screenings and the nominations involved in any of this. You can say yes.
No.
You're not. Okay, that's fine. DG Sishi, when a minister of your department that you are the Director General of takes a decision to compile a panel that is responsible for the appointment of people who directly account to you, do you ever get to know what that composition is?
Thank you very much, Chair. Let me start by saying our approach has been that we separate we promote the integrity of the process by ensuring that we stick to AG's advice. So this is the first time that we have gone to this extent, which is when we presented to Parliament, that's what we emphasized all that way up. Extraordinary measures taken to improve on the integrity of the processes, from the qualifications, the minimum requirements right up to that point. My role would be then, once the NSA have seen, have looked into the list, and it now is approved to make sure that the machinery of the department provide support and make sure that the orientation programs are done. And so I think that would be the role of the DG then.
The mic is off.
Oh, thank you. DG, do you know who the selection panel for the appointment of NSFAS are?
No.
You don't know? You're saying that with the fear of God in your heart, that you do not know?
Yeah, yes, quite correctly, no. That's what I said.
Okay. So the whole lot of the department, including the NSA that's sitting here, is saying with their chests, none of you know who the minister's panel is. You don't know the faces, you don't know the names, and you were not involved, that Minister Nobuhle Nkabane concocted this whole fiasco alone.
Chap, I trust you will not find me to be out of order if I say, in the past, whenever we were appointing panels, there's been problems that have been identified in the department. One of them is administrative inefficiencies in the department that would have concerned the minister, as she was determined to make sure that the integrity of this process is upheld. And so you would also see that even the processes of ensuring that there is an arm's length kind of panel that is going to make sure that these processes are looked into had to be such that we protect its integrity and there is no prior contact with anyone who's appointed. So if we say no, that's because indeed that's what we intended to produce, a process that is free of any contamination and influence by any other official of the department.
TJ, you have a lot to say, but you're not really saying anything. The answer is simple. So you are saying, yourself as the DG and all your officials here, you are saying you're throwing the minister under the bus for herself to take responsibility alone. You are saying, as the DG, and none of you people know who she worked with to consult on this matter. It's okay to say, so you don't know anything as the department.
Yeah.
Okay. Advisor to the minister.
Yeah.
I heard you, it's fine. That the advisor to the minister, that next door, Hana Ntate mang. Ntate Chiterek, am I correct that you hold the position of the advisor to the minister?
That's correct.
Okay. When who's the panel? There's no way you can be advisor to the minister and not know who the panel is. And you can't intervene. Nobody, I'm asking, everybody here introduce themselves, Chairperson, to say they're going to respond to questions. Each and every one of them must.
Yeah, the advisors don't account to us.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just here to, and you're not willing to just want to tell us out of public service who the people are. Okay, that's fine. That is okay. I was just trying my luck, and you're very touchy with the whole thing. Sad, actually. But okay, no, it's okay. It's not a train smash. The issue, I want to conclude it because we're not going to go anywhere with this thing. We're literally not going to go anywhere because one, Minister Nkabane sees nothing wrong with a pool full of ANC loyalists from KwaZulu-Natal comprising majority of the deployment list because they're deployed. Number two, sees absolutely nothing wrong with the fact that the people of South Africa said they do not have trust in who these people are and the motives that they serve or the real reasons why they want to serve in the seaters. Bold to the extent of saying that the process was beyond reproach and that the same people must apply again. After 573 applications were received and her secret panel weapon, which we will very much uncover very soon, her secret panel clearly favored these other people. So we're not going to go anywhere. The only closing shot I want to say is this. Minister, at the heart of public service is selflessness. It is an absolute blessing to be given a position of a minister that oversees not only SETAs that are responsible for empowering young people, but overseeing institutions that make or break the lives of young people. And given that in the last 31 years of this country, we've had an issue where there is an erosion of trust between the people of this country and its government, and how government has been politicized, you would assume that people who come and take office do so with one interest only, the people, and forget about their political loyalties. You can be loyal to your political manifesto, but you can't be loyal to the stomachs of cadres. Because what that then does, Minister, is it not only questions your reputation here and makes us question your credibility and the interests that you have and you serve, but it makes us question the department itself and its configuration on where it is going, whether the people of this country can continue to pay tax with confidence, knowing that their tax is going to serve a good mandate. I just hope one day you're going to reconfigure your thoughts and be honest and transparent about who your panel is, particularly if you're going to expect us and the Republic to respect the recommendations of that panel.
Thank you. Honorable Souls.